and then one of them dropped right onto my lap. Hey everyone! I've never been one to believe in creepy stories about isolated places, but after what happened to me last weekend, I swear I will never look at an outhouse the same way again. I went to spend the weekend at my family's countryside farmhouse. It's a beautiful place, but it has that rustic, old-fashioned feel. No luxuries, no modern conveniences, and of course the bathroom was outside the main house. During the day, everything was great, but at night, well, that's when things got a little different. It was around 2 a.m. when I woke up needing to use the bathroom. I considered holding it until morning, but nature won. So I grabbed my flashlight, slipped on my sandals, and made my way to the outhouse, which was a good distance from the house. The path was dark, with only a weak, flickering light above the bathroom door guiding my way. I stepped inside and locked the door. I sat down on the wooden toilet seat, trying to be quick so I could get back to bed. The bathroom was simple, wooden walls and an old glass light fixture hanging from the ceiling. And that's when it happened. As I sat there, I started hearing a faint scratching sound, like something moving across the wood above me. I slowly looked up, and to my absolute horror, I saw multiple spiders crawling out from inside the light fixture. They were scattering across the ceiling, spreading out as if they had just been woken up from their nest. My heart nearly stopped. I was frozen in place, unable to move, just watching this nightmare unfold right above my head. And then one of them dropped right onto my lap. I don't even know how to describe my reaction. All I remember is screaming at the top of my lungs, kicking the door open, and sprinting out of the outhouse in my nightgown, flailing and shaking myself like a lunatic. I screamed so loudly that I woke up the entire house. My mum came running, thinking I'd been attacked by an animal. My brother showed up with a flashlight in hand. My dad stormed out cursing, thinking there was a burglar. And there I was, jumping and shaking my clothes, crying from sheer panic, while my grandma kept asking if I had seen a ghost. When I finally managed to explain, between sobs, that there were spiders in the bathroom, my uncle went to check and confirmed the light fixture was packed with them, a nest most likely that decided to hatch at the worst possible moment.
I've always had a strange sensitivity to certain things. Since childhood, I've seen shadows where they shouldn't be, felt presences when I was alone. My mother used to say it was just my imagination. Maybe she was right, but then I moved into this house, and now I'm not so sure. The house is old, with creaking wood and a musty smell, but it was cheap and perfect for me. Someone who needed a place of my own. The first few days were peaceful, except for the nightmares. At first, they were just bad dreams, but soon they became repetitive. I was lying down, paralyzed, watching huge spiders descend from the ceiling. Some were as big as my hand, others had too many eyes or impossibly long legs. I would wake up sweating, turn on all the lights, and find nothing there. Then I started seeing them when I was awake. Once, I saw a black spider climb up my bedroom wall and disappear behind the wardrobe. I grabbed a broom and moved the furniture, ready to smash it, but there was nothing. Another night, I swore I saw a thin, glistening web in the bathroom, but when I touched it, my hand went through nothing. After the third time, I called an extermination company. The technician did a full inspection and told me there was no sign of an infestation. I tried to ignore it. I tried to convince myself that I was just tired, that my mind was playing tricks on me. But then, last weekend, I went up to the attic. The attic was a place I had avoided, not because I was scared, but because I simply had no reason to go up there. But a leak in my bedroom ceiling forced me to. It was a cramped space, filled with old boxes and furniture covered in dusty sheets. Among stacks of old books and mouldy clothes, I found a cardboard box, nearly falling apart from age. Inside, there were things that seemed to belong to a child. A stuffed bear with no eyes, a sketchbook filled with indecipherable scribbles, and a small silver box. The box was tiny, fitting in the palm of my hand, with an engraving of a spider with thin, twisted legs. In the center of the design, there was a tiny keyhole. There was no key in the box where I found it, nor anywhere else in the attic. But what really disturbed me was the strange sensation when I touched it. A cold shiver ran up my arm, and I momentarily felt something tiny crawling on my skin. I threw the box to the floor and kicked it away. Since then, things have gotten worse. The spider visions have increased, not just at night, but during the day too. I see small shadows moving across the floor, feel light touches on my arms and legs. My nightmares have become more intense, and now they always end with me standing in front of the little locked box, waiting for me to open it. I don't know what to do. Part of me wants to take everything to the backyard and set it on fire. But what if that makes it worse? What if I just release something? Maybe I should leave the box where it is and simply walk away, pack my things and never set foot here again. But I don't know if that's still an option. Because tonight, in the middle of yet another nightmare, I saw something different. Among the shifting shadows and thin legs, I saw a pair of glowing eyes watching me. And this time, when I woke up, the little box was beside my bed. I never brought it here.
I swear, I can still feel it. The way its legs moved, the unnatural speed, the cold, wet touch as it skittered over my skin. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 12 years old, at summer camp. A bunch of older girls hung out by the lake at night, talking and laughing. My friends dared me to spy on them, and I, being a fearless idiot, accepted. The plan was simple: slip into the water, keep only my eyes above the surface, and listen. So, there I was, barely breathing. The water was cold, thick, clinging to my skin. I could hear their voices drifting over the lake, distorted, but clear enough to make out their laughter. That's when I noticed it. A ripple. Small at first, then another. Something was moving on the water. At first, I thought it was a dragonfly, or maybe a drifting leaf. But then I saw the legs. 8 of them moving with horrifying precision. It was a spider, a huge spider. And it wasn't just floating, it was running. The moonlight caught its body, making its wet, hairy legs glisten as it glided across the lake's surface with impossible ease. Each step sent tiny waves outward, the water barely resisting. It was fast. Too fast, and it was coming straight for me. I wanted to move, to sink under, to do anything. But my body wouldn't listen. I was frozen, trapped in the water like a fly in a web. My breath caught in my throat as the thing closed the distance. Its movements deliberate, almost intelligent. Then it leapt. I didn't even have time to react before I felt itate, needle-like legs slamming onto my face. My skin burned as they clung to me, the spider's damp, bristly body pressing against my mouth, my nose. I felt something brush against my lips. I lost it. I thrashed, screaming, but the sound died in the water. I surged upward, exploding from the lake with a strangled, gurgling howl. My hands clawed at my face, desperate to tear the thing off. I felt it scuttle, its leg scraping my cheek, before it finally jumped, disappearing into the darkness. The girls shrieked. Someone threw something at Miashu? Maybe? I didn't care. I was already running, slipping in the mud, gasping, shaking. That night, I became a legend at camp. They called me Lake Boy. They laughed. They joked. But I never went near that water again.